I feel like nowadays it's well promoted. There's only one road to victory.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has this one road to victory. And it's just the same shit getting recycled and recycled and recycled for the one road to victory.
Yeah.
Someone sent me a video this week. I don't know if it was one of you guys or someone else of a like 20-year-old kid sitting on the back of a skid steer talking about the right time to buy a machine in your business and how he was going to teach you that at his university that he launched.
I think, yeah.
I don't
I
know who sent it to me. It might have been one of you guys. And I was like, wow, you, all you're doing and everything was just word for word recycled from some fucking book. None of it was from personal experience. You could just like the way it was just flowing out of its. And that's someone who's in the guru business, not in the landscaping business,
yeah. Yeah.
and has no desire to actually be in the landscaping business and is totally just in the guru business. When your company is 2 years old and you're super focused on launching your university, I feel like you're in the guru business. You know, like it just, but that pipeline for people must make vast majorities of people feel insecure because it's just endlessly. And if you're a 3-man operation, trying to keep up with the level of shit that these people are spewing forth,
Yeah.
and like on top of actually running the business, oh shit, I'm not calculating when I need to buy a machine. Fuck. I better start doing that too. While I'm trying to close jobs and get my taxes done and write my paychecks and I better fucking start doing this because this guy's got a university.
So
Just well, he's got it in his own university, man. It's not
I
funny,
thought,
Mike. Mike, stop. It's not funny. Are you laughing at his secondary education institution? There's people that have graduating certificates from that, and they show them. They put them on their wall.
Oh, do they? I
Yeah.
don't even know where my certificate is from my
So
actual
what?
university. It could be probably in the garbage somewhere.
I
Chad's mulch pile.
I have messaged 5 gurus now and asked them for more information, or asked them, "Could you be my guru?" None of them have messaged me back.
Wow.
Not one.
your reputation precedes you.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know
These gurus are in a group chat. They're like,
if
did you get
What
a
can we
message
do
from
about the
Paver
Paver
King? Yeah.
King?
not seriously though. None of them have messaged me. I'm going to apply to that guy's university. I
I
wonder if
was
he
gonna
cares
give him your number.
about my high school grades.
If I was more of a reckless person and didn't think, I mean, sometimes I don't think, but if I was a more of a reckless person, I would be handing your guys' numbers out to every single guru out
Give him a call, baby. They're
Fine, I
interested.
don't answer the phone
there.
anyways.
Oh, that's right.
Chad's guru advice is stop answering your phone.
What I found though, and ever since year one, I used to think everybody had more money than I did in contracting. Like, no matter what, I bought a new dump trailer or something, somebody bought something new. So I bought a skid steer, somebody bought two, right? I always thought somebody had more money than I did in contracting. And really, the more I've grown, the more I've seen around me, a lot of people have zero money.
Oh yeah.
Like, like a lot of contractors are one or two jobs away from going tits up all the time. Like we got this big contractor in town, came out of nowhere. It's just his last name or something, right? And he went from one little truck. Now he's got 10 trucks. And every time I see him drive by, I'm like, who the fuck do you think you're fooling? I know you have no money, but you got all these trucks riding around, right? And like, just the life experience has taught me that a lot of people are sitting on nothing. And it's the whole Instagram smoke show come to life, right?
The Instagram smoke show.
Yeah, that's it. Like
It's taking your picture from a good angle.
taking your pictures from the good angle
It's
without
like
the holes in
it's like catfishing.
it. Catfishing.
You guys heard of that?
Oh yeah.
I've seen those guys. They climb down and then they go. They go. It's called canoodling, and they go right in. They
Oh,
grab the fish and they pull it out.
Noodling.
Is that what you're talking about?
No,
Yeah, those guys are catfishing, man. They bring a
catfishing.
huge catfish out of there, man. It's crazy. You seen that shit? Those people are nuts.
Have you guys seen that those memes of the river monster or the sea monster guy, that TV show?
Yeah.
Where he goes and he captures like massive fish or crazy fish
Yeah.
and things like that. Well, there's a tons of memes of him, and there's one where he's got like his hands underwater and he's talking to the camera and he's like, "Oh, I can feel the suction. Oh, now I feel teeth." And then like the title of the meme is like something something very raunchy to go along with that.
So you're not talking about that kind of catfishing, Mike?
No, catfishing where like say somebody tells you or shows you a picture of themselves, but then when you meet them in person, they're a completely different person.
That's what I do. I actually spend most of my time on some software, but that doesn't bring in the followers for me because the knowing your numbers, I find that the knowing your numbers, route density, get all your information into software. I felt like that when I looked at the Instagram market, I said, that's a crowded motherfucking market. You know what? There isn't some guy screaming, that's irresponsible. Do it the old way with a pen. And so I took up that mantra. That's not true. I got software. I know my numbers. I'm plugging shit in there every day. Production rate crazy. Costs. I'm updating all my spreadsheets. But there's just no room for another one of those guys in the fucking marketplace of Instagram. So I just said, fuck it. I can't admit that shit. So I am going to be the anti knowing it. Fuck your numbers. Run a company that you love. If you go bankrupt, start a fucking new one. 10x that motherfucker right into bankruptcy. Enjoy the fuck out of it. I'm going to be that guy and do it all with a pen and paper. I'm just joking. It's a crowded marketplace in the knowing your numbers marketplace. That is a crowded place to be, man. Maybe that's, I feel like there's more posts about that than anything else. And Hardscape Instagram used to be pictures of jobs.
Yeah.
Like when I first started it, it was all pictures, people posting pictures of their jobs. And it was a picture of your job and what you were doing. And then people started videos. And now it's just an endless barrage.
People cared. They say, hey, what product was that? Or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
They cared. Like, what color is that? And you get a homeowner chime in. Oh, I love that for my place or something like that. I haven't heard. That's a fucking desert now. You don't see any of that anymore.
You get someone chiming in going, what was your production rate?
Yeah.
Do you know your numbers?
You know your numbers.
How far away is that house from your shop? Like that's what people like. I get it. That's because everyone wants to make money, right?
Yeah.
So they want to learn how, and then everyone wants to make money, so everyone wants to learn how, and then teaching people how to make money becomes the business. I seriously doubt landscaping is the first business this has happened to.
I'm going to offer a ride along. Instead of a guru program, I'm going to do a ride along. I'll say $100 a day. You come ride along with me. I'll provide lunch.
$100.
A beautiful cucumber sandwich or something. And we'll fucking go through a day with me. And you'll learn new swear words. You'll learn all about our production rates with city sod or tree planting or something. All the shit that can go wrong in a day. I think that's a wicked deal. And nobody's doing the ride along.
Just $100 a day?
Yeah, you're underselling that.
Yeah, that's way undersold.
They got to at least pay for the fuel.
Depends on the day.
No,
see, Chad looks at this as a hardscaper, right? Or a landscaper. he's already making money for that day doing what he's doing, and he's got a passenger seat available.
That's it.
So $100, you get the passenger seat.
Then he should change it to say you can do a ride along with Chad. Ride along with Chad. Cash, grass, or ass. No one rides with Chad for free. That should be what you're selling right there.
I could maybe if it gets really popular, I can get a little bus with one of those intercoms, and we'll go around my job sites.
I ran the poll today. I feel like we've crossed into like maybe not great content hour. Although this hour I feel like this hour sometimes brings home really.
I think sometimes the second hour is better than the first.
It's underrated.
Underrated second hour. Yeah, baby. So today I ran a poll. Whose OnlyFans would you sign up for? And Mike, you and we got fucking crushed.
I mean, I would sign up to Chad's
Chad
OnlyFans any day. So
70% of the followers.
Wow.
70% want to sign up for your OnlyFans.
Right on.
Yeah.
I think they're all male, but whatever.
That's okay. But these people are just watching you do shit.
Yeah.
They're not
watching me what? Landscape?
Well, that's the thing with OnlyFans. OnlyFans really, people focus on the fact that there's lots of chefs that have OnlyFans that only reveal recipes to their OnlyFans followers. And only teach those people how to make the recipes. OnlyFans, I mean, I think the focus of on it is generally naked women or Chad. But, well, apparently, I didn't make these numbers up, man. These are hard-hitting facts. This is basically this Instagram polling on Not Our Finest Hour is basically the Angus Reid of hardscaping. Like,
but
Mike, you only got two votes.
Who voted in the whole thing.
two votes. Oh fuck! I got 6, man. What are you talking about?
I mean, that's triple me. So
I don't know.
You're doing something right.
I guess. That whole you living in the background. I don't want How to Hardscape to be about me. That's why you got 2, motherfucker. That's why. We had some good polls this week. Where are they? I like the polls. I don't even care if the listeners don't like them. Fuck it. Shut it off right now if you don't like it.
I feel like we shouldn't have any dead silence. While
okay. I didn't think that was going to go silent for as long as it did.
Well, there you go. I don't think people are listening to this for the professionalism.
I guess not.
Most likely to give themselves I think this is where we finished off last time. I don't know if we've done this poll before. If you guys have heard it before, then say something. Most likely to give themselves a 5-star review.
No, I don't think we said that one.
All right. So, Chad, you got 50%.
I bet. I think I voted for myself.
I got 27% and Mike got 24%. So,
there's nothing wrong.
We were close. I swear,
there's
Chad.
Nothing wrong with pumping your own tires.
You dominate these polls.
I feel like Chad wins like 90% of these polls. Whether it's streaking or.
He came in last on this one. Most likely to speak fluent Wookiee.
Okay, I can barely speak English without.
Well, you only got 16%.
Wow.
Mike got 30%, and apparently me and Chewbacca are tight. I got 54%.
Wow.
Thinks a hot dog is a sandwich.
I'm going to guess Chad.
Won that poll? No.
Hot dog?
Then it's got to be Paver King.
I won it.
Did you?
I don't think it's a really hard call, but I don't think I believe a hot dog's a sandwich, but Instagram thinks I do. So now from now on, a hot dog is a sandwich. Landscape Daddy, 21%, Paver King, 54%, Mike, 26%. Oh, and then it's whose OnlyFans would you sign up for? So that's all the polls. That's we've been through the polls now. I like those. I think they're fun. I try to post one every day. I feel like the listeners really like the polls. I feel like they really enjoy them. And if they don't, I do, which is all really counts. You guys don't seem that engaged by it, but I don't even care. It makes no difference to me whether you guys like it or not. I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me.
Oh, sorry.
What's a different topic of discussion now?
I got something.
Bring it, Chad. I love
Okay.
it when you do something.
It's not much. I made a little list of lies I tell myself throughout the day on
This is a
a
good.
landscape season. I'm sure you guys can run off these somewhere.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of the times in the morning, we get in the skid steer. There'd be a quarter tank in the skid steer, and I tell myself that that quarter tank is going to last me the rest of the day without filling it up. Yeah, you know what? All we need is a quarter tank. Who knows who brought fucking fuel? It's one of the rules of the company who brought the fuel. Every truck leaves with fuel. Obviously, I didn't. So,
This
a
quarter
quarter tank.
tank is gonna make it.
This quarter tank is going to make it through the day. I get in that Bobcat, turn the key, it goes all the way, then it comes back and stays at the fucking red zone. I'm like, yeah, that's all we need for the day.
It's gonna be okay. We're not using it that much today.
Yeah, we're not going to use it that
Just
much.
moving a few skids around.
There's fucking 20 loads of topsoil to spread or something like that. That's no matter what. I always say quarter tank will get us through the day. This happened a lot this year. Doing resin joint compound on this patio won't take more than half a day.
Yeah.
I've spent like from fucking sun up to sundown doing resin on some jobs.
I agree with that one. I
This is
have
one
said that.
for the trucking guys.
Mm.
These tracks are clean enough to float the machine. No, my guys will clean the machine when the case's ready to go, and I'll look at the machine and there's still shit all over the track. You can't float the fucking machine like that. Oh, I thought it was good. Now get the brush out from in the cab and start brushing it off and everything. Here's one for the gurus. Another $1,500 per month payment is nothing. We should really buy another machine. I tell myself that all the time. It's only $1,500. Nothing for us.
It's
But then
nothing
we have
for
a
us. But then we have a new machine.
Then we have a new machine.
When you bought the new ASV machine, did you ask them how many hours you get out of a quarter tank?
No.
Was that one of the
paid on fuel? But someone actually told me I better have a slip tank, which I own none of, by the way.
I have lots. You want one?
I know, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
come get one.
Buy one.
Come and get one. I got quite a few. A collector of slip tanks.
I would love to have. I'd love to have one. I just don't have anywhere to put it, unless we like modify
it in your pickup truck.
Yeah, but then I don't have a toolbox in there. It's already a short box, so there's 4 feet left or something. I don't know. I just feel like I need the space that I have in there because it's still a work truck to me.
Well, a slip tank is part of going to work. You're not taking that to the rodeo. I guess you could, but like, I have the slip tank that has a toolbox on it. Well, I have lots of different choices, but the one that's currently in my truck is a slip tank with a toolbox on it, and then it takes up about 3 feet of the bed, and then after that,
you still put a pallet in your truck with that toolbox in it.
I wouldn't put a pallet in my pickup truck, anyways.
Last time I did, I tore the fucking wheel well out of my Ford. Then I sold it. I think I sold it in between the time they gave me the price of how much I was going to get for the truck and actually delivering the truck to them. So they didn't know. And they never said anything because it was like a 20-minute exchange of me picking up the new truck and dropping off the old one.
Yeah.
Oh,
so well. How often do you think this is a legit question. How often do you put a pallet in the back of your pickup?
More often than I would like.
Okay, but how many times per month?
A year? A month? 2 times
in a season. How many times?
Oh, a season?
Yeah. 2 times a month in an 8-month season, 16 times.
But there's that time I put that sod pallet in the back of my truck, and then the MTO made me take some rolls off the top. Well, there's one.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, if you do it twice a month, right?
Yeah.
Let's just go by the month. Well, let's go by the week. That's half a time a week you put a pallet in your truck. Half a time a week.
Okay.
How many days a week do you burn fuel in a machine?
This is how Mike's internal software works.
I'm just wrong.
This is how Mike breaks down his jobs as well.
How many times do you put fuel in a machine per week? Because to me, it seems like the focus should be on putting fuel in the machines because that's a daily occurrence. And you're only a half a day a week are you ever putting a pallet in your truck. And you have multiple trailers that you could take from the yard to put the pallet on.
I'm trying to circumvent this whole problem with the company policy of every truck leaves with fuel in it, besides mine.
But then you're also pouring fuel out of dirty jerry cans into your brand new fucking machine.
They have filters, right? That's what a fuel filter's for.
You can't. So the hardest thing on a machine is jerry can fuel.
Really?
I believe that. That's why I have many slip tanks. We had no slip tanks. We ran under the same everyone better take a jug of fucking fuel with them theory for a long time. And then every time the machines fucked up, the first thing that the dealership asked us was, "Are you filling these with jerry cans?"
Really? No one's ever
always. They used to ask us, and I was like, "What difference does that make?" They're like, "Oh, water, dirt, it's fucking shit for these things." And I was like, "Okay." So then the first slip tank we ever got, I bought just so the next time the machine fucked up, and I went in there and they're like, "Are you filling these with jerry cans?" I'd be like, "No, motherfucker, we're not. Your machine's just a piece of shit. This is coming straight out of a fucking slip tank, you stupid fucking motherfucker."
So it's your insurance policy.
But then I became fascinated with. I'm just saying, like, if I had a choice,
you don't have to sell me on a slip tank. I love a slip tank. I just don't know if I could give up the space in my truck.
Why don't you just put one in one of the 1-tons? Lots of people have them bolted in the back of a 1-ton.
We don't have any 1-tons.
You have little 1-ton dump trucks.
Oh, the 4-tons, like the 3-tons, the 550.
Is that what they are? Yeah, the 550. They're 3-tons. Ooh.
Yeah.
See, I'm old. We refer to any kind of little dump truck as a 1-ton.
Yeah. Yeah, but maybe I could bolt something underneath or something.
Here's another option. We have a small slip tank on a skid. And so it goes in one of the pickup trucks and then it gets filled. And then if we want to, we can lift it out with the skid steer and put it on the job site. And now there's fuel on the job site in the slip tank on a skid.
Yeah, how do you get it out? Is it like a crank?
No, all the trucks have your truck for sure, because it's a fancy pants Lone Star. Have a 120-volt plug. Just put the extension cord in and plug it into the truck, and you're good to go.
Suppose we could do that.
Another person I know, a commercial contractor who does large commercial jobs, just rents a fuel cube. So if you're doing like a large commercial job where you're going to be for a month, just rent the fuel cube from one of the rental places, and then they'll even come fill it for you.
Really?
Yep. And for the fuel cube, when I was on the last really large commercial job that might have many pools but shall go unfucking named, we used to get a generator out every day and hook up the generator, and then the many machines could just start the generator and use the fuel cube.
Wow.
The fuel cube was great. I think that's because then you have like a fuel company just deliver fuel to the cube. And now you're hands off.
Yeah, but I couldn't put that in the back of my pickup, that fuel cube.
You could pick it up.
Not if I had a slip tank in there.
Oh, no, not if you had a slip tank. No, you'd be completely fucked. Really, the best option for you if you're worried about this is to put the slip tank on a pallet, because that way when you put it in the back, you'll be like, wow, I can still get a pallet in my truck, but it's in a slip tank. And then you could take the pallet out and...
I've always wanted to bolt one to the float. Where everywhere the machine goes, there's a giant tank of fuel.
A lot of paving companies have that.
Yeah. I think that's...
I've seen that with a lot. I've seen that with lots of paving companies.
To wet the rollers and the packers, though, isn't it?
Well, I'm sure they could also get fuel out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they're using some of it to keep the asphalt from sticking to everything, but I think they could also use that fuel in the machine.
Yeah.
They probably don't have a dirty jerry can in a pickup if they have this thing bolted to their foot.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we're ass backwards, but
I'm not saying you
we're
are.
still growing.
We're still,
We learn something new every
we're
year.
still, yeah. I'm just, there are multiple. I think I love the transferring of fuel. I think
I just love
I think I
transfer.
also have PTSD from going to the dealership and them screaming at me about how jerry can fuel was destroying the machines every time I fucking went there. So I just was like, okay, we're never filling our machines with fuck this shit. We're gonna fill them out of these fucking, and then now this guy can't jam this shit up my ass every time these machines fall apart.
Yeah. No,
I'm carrying that with me 10 years later.
well, maybe that's the route we need to go.
Well, it's all up to you.
I sure shit can't afford breakdowns, so
I don't want to be your guru.
uh,
I don't want to be your
I'd already be.
I don't want to be your
I'm looking for a trucking guru.
That's a guru advice right there.
I don't want to be your slip tank guru.
Chad just got 5 minutes of Favor King's guruship just live here on the
God.
Our
podcast.
whole audience is going to get 5 minutes of Favor King guruship.
Top of the funnel, baby. You want to talk about? You want to know more about fuel tank fucking transferring? You got a brief interlude to it there. I've got so much more to say on the topic, but it's $100 a month to sign up for the PK pod.
The good stuff's
Because
behind the paywall.
if you're behind the paywall, yeah. And also you need to, if you're joining any guru's group that isn't named after an animal, a group of animals, then you shouldn't. The first sign of a bad guru is when their little group isn't named after some kind of animal grouping.
What's the not our finest hour animal?
I don't know.
Because people can go to notourfinesthour.com and potentially sign up for Favor King's guruship right there.
Why don't we put it up for a vote? Pick 3 animals.
Well, mine's called the PK pod after a pod of whales.
Oh, right.
What's a group of parrots called?
I have no idea.
Well, every animal has a different. If your guru doesn't have a good animal name for their pay group, their pay behind the paywall group, then I wouldn't even consider joining that guru. To me, that's the most important part of any guru is the name of the group behind the paywall.
The flock.
A flock of parrots?
Flock of parrots, yeah.
That's disappointing. I thought it would have like a special name. What do they call a group of alligators?
Alligators?
Are alligators loners or crocodiles are loners?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Hippos are the most volatile animal in the world.
Alligators are a congregation.
Is that what it's called?
A congregation of alligators, apparently.
So let's call it we're vicious here.
Vicious?
And we're kind of prehistoric. And that's an alligator.
I got a better one for us.
Okay.
So jellyfish, a group of jellyfish is called a smack.
Ooh.
A smack of jellyfish.
NOFH smack.
Yeah.
I like that.
Somebody in Australia must have named that. That's got to be in Australia.
I like that. The NOFH smack. That's good. We should start that hashtag.
A group of octopus is called a consortium.
Consortium.
A consortium.
I could see this consortium. Is anything called the commission?
Commission? I don't know how to reverse search that.
So on Instagram this week, there was a group of local contractors who all got together for a beverage at another contractor's yard, and they call themselves the commission, I guess, of contractors. And they posted about it and tagged me, but did not invite me to the event. So I'd like to know, where do you guys think I stand with those guys? Because they get together as a group of contractors to chat and have camaraderie. And they tag me in the pictures of them doing that, but they don't ever invite me.
Do they listen to this podcast?
I think they do. That's one of them I messaged, and he said, "Well, we were talking about the podcast." So he tagged you, and I'm like,
Maybe they were talking about how it wasn't that good.
in a still picture. How the fuck do I know what you're talking about? I feel like they don't like me that much. I'm taking it a little personal. I'm being honest. I'm taking it a little personal that these people would tag me in their group meeting, but not invite me to their group meeting.
Maybe they're too nervous to ask you.
Well, I remembered in high school, I always sat alone. I'm just joking.
And you said I was the one that gets shoves in lockers?
No, my friend actually texted me. One of my friends texted me. In high school, I sat alone. I get what he's saying. He doesn't need them. They can. Aren't you literally blistering with topics, Mike?
Yeah, we have something here that I just looked at.
Okay.
We have a voicemail or two
Really?
to listen to.
Did you get any DMs today for anyone to send you the link for the?
No DMs.
Okay, I did tag you.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So I proactively put a story up.
I saw you did Maybe that's why you didn't get any DMs.
Maybe. Yeah, so we got two voicemails, guys. So if anybody wants to send us in a voicemail, we'll play it here. And you can leave it anonymously or actually have your name on it. It's speakpipe.com/notourfinesthour. If you guys want to make sure that we don't have any dead air, this will take me a minute. But we have two voicemails. One we actually got 5 months ago that I never played. But
that person's super satisfied with our response time.
But I did play it myself about 5 months ago and laughed. So I will play that first.
I'm glad that you
see my screen. Can you see it?
Yeah, White House 92071@gmail.com.
Warren Whitehouse. We don't have to say the email address. I guess it'll show on.
So I started reading. When I started reading that, though, in my defense, when I started reading it, I honestly believed it was like his Instagram handle or some shit. I didn't realize his fucking email address.
So if you do leave us a voicemail, any name that you put in there, you can leave it anonymous. You don't have to put your anything in there. But if you do put something in, it'll show on YouTube as well if Mike actually goes ahead and reads it to everybody listening. All right, we'll start with this first one here. This is from 5 months ago. This is from Secret Admirer.
I just wanted to say you guys are doing really great, and I can't wait to hear every episode of your podcast. I'll be listening every week. Thanks.
Did you guys actually hear that?
I did.
Okay. Who do you think our secret admirer is?
I have no
wonder
idea.
who that could be.
I'm not sure.
Okay. We'll leave that as a secret then.
Do you know who that? I honestly don't know. I'm not good at recognizing voices.
If I have to make a guess, and I'm just going out on a limb here, I'm going to guess it's one of the three of us. And since I know it wasn't me, and I don't think Mike, I don't know if your voice can go that high. So I'm going to say it's Chad.
I also don't know how to operate that thing. So if there's that.
Not me. Could have been maybe my mom or something.
Oh, okay.
Not me.
Well, it's got 3 plays now. I've listened to it a couple of times apparently. So
perfect. This is a 1 minute thing.
Yeah, this is 1 minute, so this could be good.
No plays, so you
haven't. Yeah, I haven't listened to it. I don't know what he's going to say.
I'm not going to read off again. This is a minute long.
Maybe it's a pocket dial.
What if you play this and this guy's ripping us apart?
Well, I mean, that's part of the podcast. People can call in and say whatever they want. We'll play it live on air and have never listened to it.
I love this. Let's play it. I'm pumped.
All right, ready?
Here we go.
Hey, guys. My name's Warren Whitehouse. I'm the owner of WC Landscape and Contracting in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Just want to say thank you. Thank you for keeping it real. Guys like you, women, guys that I've seen in your podcast, you guys talking in the podcast, Landscape Daddy, all you guys. guys are great. You keep it real, and that's what's needed in today's world. Real, real, real. So continue doing what you guys are doing. I look forward to talking with you guys this upcoming year. I'm getting ready to start my own podcast. And yeah, I'd love to share some knowledge with you, some info, or just bullshit with you guys, whatever it is. But guys, thank you. Thanks for the podcast. Keep up the great work. Stay focused. And sky's the limit, bro. 3 P's: positive, polite, and professional. Peace out. Talk to you soon.
That was
That
awesome.
was really good.
That was great.
I
And
like Warren.
he's got a voice that could make a really good podcast.
I would
Yeah.
like Warren. I think that when Warren starts his podcast, we should have him on.
That would be excellent.
Or
Is
we
the-
should be on his.
We could be on his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I think
Well,
that was awesome.
I like
That was
Warren. Yeah.
Warren, that was excellent. I honestly, that was, I couldn't have asked for a better first voicemail caller in. That was great.
Warren, could you give us a review on Spotify? It means a lot to us. And
How many do we have? Are we climbing up?
don't know.
Preferably Apple, because Apple takes a rating and a written review. So
really,
yeah, Apple's always a great way to go. And Spotify's nice and easy and convenient if you want to go ahead and leave a Spotify one as well.
I feel
It's
like
just 2
Warren's gonna.
clicks.
I feel like Warren's gonna crush his podcast.
He's got a good podcast voice.
He
I
has a
would
great
I would
voice.
definitely tune in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's there used to be a radio personality with a voice like that. And it was like a joke segment. And they played the Rocky theme every once in a while. Or no, for that segment. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Sort of like it's like a Rodney Dangerfield, but more
Yeah.
or raspy.
A
Right.
Rodney
Man, this is gonna
Dangerfield.
bug me.
A Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Is it like the A Team?
I don't know,
Hannibal?
No.
You don't know what the A Team is?
the Mr. T there and
Yeah. Okay.
But
Do you
not
know?
enough to say I've seen.
Do you know who the Fall Guy is?
No.
You never watched Riptide?
No.
Neither of you guys?
No.
Man, I'm so fucking old. There's all these shows based around vehicles. The Fall Guy drove this. He was like a stuntman who solved crimes or something on the weekends, or maybe he like just helped people in trouble. But his main job was being a stuntman for the movies, and he had this sick square body Chevy 4x4 two-tone brown with a big chrome roll cage and fog lights, and it was awesome. He was the Lee Majors, the Fall Guy. You know what show hasn't aged well? The $6 Million Man. We don't give a fuck about a man if he only costs $6 million today.
I don't even know what show that is.
You've never heard of the oh
No.
did you ever watch The Hulk with Lou Ferrigno?
No, but I've seen clips of it.
Riptide in Riptide, I don't remember what the car was, but they had a helicopter with a big mouth painted on it. It was awesome. What about Airwolf? That was another one. That was like a helicopter show where a guy swooped in and saved people.
No.
Right.
How old are these shows?
I was a kid, so at least
Oh man.
there was
50s, 60s?
there was Dukes of Hazzard, Knight Rider, A Team, Riptide, Fall Guy, Airwolf. These were all big shows, man. You guys never heard of this stuff. You guys are so young. That's what happens, man. Things just slip through generations. Chad's carrying the torch with the pen and paper, though.
Yeah.
So,
I'll
carrying it on for another generation.
yeah. Yeah. I
But,
can't see that changing this year, at least.
Do you think more people should use the speak pipe?
More people should. The Champ. You guys know the Champ?
Yeah. I know.
Okay, that's the voice I was thinking about.
Q107.
Yeah.
That was a Gallagher thing on Q107, I think.
I had to text my brother about that.
That was before he got, exited from the air
Oh, I have no idea what happened with that.
on Q107. Yeah, he got exited last year.
Ah,
There was well, I don't know what, I mean, it's one of those things where you hear all this stuff, but he got accused by a female co-host of, what do they call it when that happens? There was like a hashtag for it. I don't know.
Me
Anyways,
too.
Me Too. He got Me Too. Yes.
Okay.
Apparently he was being inappropriate, which from all counts, I don't know the whole story, but yeah, he lost his job. Maybe he deserved it. I didn't look into it that deeply because I didn't really fucking like Q107, so I didn't care that much, to be honest. I just turned it on one day and he wasn't on. I was like, "Been this guy on this radio station for 20 fucking years?" And then I Googled, what the fuck happened to this guy? And then he that's what came back. So he was being unpleasant to the women in the.
We got to learn a little bit about what PK listened or watched growing up, TV shows. Chad, what did you watch growing up for TV shows?
Ooh. I miss
Were you
home.
a Sunday morning cartoon guy?
Oh, like a Sunday morning cartoon? I don't know. I used to like Power Rangers
Oh,
in
yes.
the morning. That's like whenever I was young. Then we would always put on like TSN or something like that. So we'd always watch the sports highlights from the night before. But growing up, I really miss Home Improvement. That was one of my favorites, I think.
That was
I
a
think
good one.
it's one of the most like Republican humor, not soft, but I don't know, anything like that. No, I was never much of a TV guy, so I can't.
Mike, what shows did you watch?
Growing up, yeah, like those Power Rangers. But things like Rugrats. If you guys ever watch Rugrats, like when I was a kid,
Yeah.
those Sunday morning cartoons were pretty big for me. But once I got, I guess, into like middle schoolish, it was always TSN highlights, watching from the night before going to school. Pokemon was big for me when I was in like grade 5. That's all I can think of right now.
So these shows I'm talking about were on at night, and they were like NBC drama shows,
I see.
not like fucking Rugrats. I'm just like I feel like my shows aren't being equally compared to your two shows.
I never watched TV at night.
Home Improvement was on at night.
That's because you guys grew up soft.
The
Yeah, see,
running theme is everything is getting softer.
Home Improvement was on at night. Yeah, you're right. So those shows were like these, like A-Team was on like Thursday night at 7:00. So like at Thursday night at 7:00, what were you doing? Were you in bed?
Survivor. That was the only thing. But
see, that's a show from your exactly.
But yeah. When growing up, as soon as we got out of school, we would come back to my place, get out hockey nets, and play till like 9 p.m. and then go to bed. And then that was our life, like repeated day in and day out. So I rarely watch TV at night growing up.
So I was raised by delinquent parents who plot me in front of those shows, like that was like that was a big deal. In fact, and also like shows didn't repeat like they do now, and you couldn't have them on demand, and there wasn't like this whole
right. It
was a totally different thing. It was a much different ball game, I guess.
Yeah, we don't own cable anymore. Like cable? Do they still call it cable? What do you call it? I guess.
I don't know. We don't have it.
Yeah. We have all the streaming services, but we don't have cable.
Yeah, we have the streaming services. And then I just pick something to watch.
Well, guys, did we hit the end after we brought up Rugrats?
Yeah. When you start talking about Rugrats on your construction podcast, you have officially reached the end of your construction podcast. There was some deep stuff this episode. Share it with your friends. Hit us up on SpeakPipe and we'll play your video. We'll play your message. Voicemail. Oh, so hit us up on SpeakPipe.
Yeah.
Mike, what's the SpeakPipe?
SpeakPipe.com/not our finest hour.
So hit us up on the SpeakPipe or hit us up on the Instagram. Make sure you're voting on our polls for, I guess, just Chad, because he wins every poll. And this is the official end of the even worse hour of the podcast. Coming soon, actual intros, which will really elevate our game. Coming soon. No promises made, may never come, but we think it's coming soon. This is the official end of the podcast.